that. And I can close that other window. Good morning, fam. It's your girl, Miss Diva Trucker. I am sitting here in my 2016 Freightliner, and I want to tell you about my road breakdown from hell. But right now, I am at the TA in Kentucky. Is this light too bright? Let me see something, because it can get hot quick. Let me see if that'll help. Maybe that'll help some with the light. Oh, okay. Where is my let me see, where's the, because my phone may be dirty or whatever the case. There it is. Okay, let me clear that. Okay, maybe that's better. Okay. Good morning, fam. It's your girl, Miss Diva Trucker. I am here at the TA in Kentucky. Okay, so I want to tell y'all a little story about what happened with my truck. So as you know, good morning, Ida. Good morning. So let me tell you what happened. I came in on Friday, right? I came in on Friday and I dropped Arshawn off. Not dropped him off, but I came in on Friday and Arshawn continued with the load because the load had delivered near his house, right? So he went to Lake Park, Georgia, delivered the load. Then he took the truck home for his home time. So in the meantime, I said, well, I can continue to run. All I gotta do is go get my 2016 Freightliner out the shop and run some loads while he's on his home time. So that's what I did. As y'all know, I told y'all that the AC wasn't working on the truck, and I had to make sure the hoses and all that is checked, because when you have a truck that's been sitting for a minute, you have to check things out before you're able to put that truck on the road. And that's what I wanted to do. So I said, I'll go run a load up to Kentucky and then run a load back. So that's only about 400 and something miles. Run it up to Kentucky, drop it, pick up another load, and come back, right? So we got to the yard about like 11 o'clock that night on Friday. We picked up the truck from the shop. Then we brought it to the house, right? And I said, well, I'm going to jump on it and, take it out for a run to make sure it's working right, right? So I started up the truck and got out my driveway and everything, and I was losing air pressure. So I'm looking to see, where the air pressure is coming from. Do I have a leak, whatever the case may be? So I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. I heard it like under the truck, like under the front of the truck. So because if I could find a leak, then I can like put some tape on it or something just to get me to the TA so they can really look at it or whatever. But I couldn't find it. So I had to pull over on the side of the road, and it was on a Saturday. So I couldn't call like my regular mechanic that normally fix on a truck. I was just like right around the corner from the house, right? So I pulled over to the side of the road and I said I was going to call mobile mechanic. Roadside assistance, so somebody could come out and fix it. So anytime you call like mobile mechanic or roadside assistance or whatever the case may be, anytime you call roadside assistance or anything like that, it's going to be a fee of at least, $500. Okay. I'm expecting to pay at least $500 to get the problem fixed. Okay. And get back on the road. So I was pulled over to the side of the road. I called the mobile mechanic place, and I'm not going to say their name just yet. I'm not going to say their name because I don't want anybody else to use this company until I get everything situated with them. But the guy showed up, right? And he came up to the truck and he says, hey lady, He says, "Hey, lady, what you done did to the truck?" And I said, "I got an airline leak, right?" And he said, "All right, well, he was talking real slow and all that kind of stuff." And he said, "Okay, well, I'll see what I could do." So he stayed under the truck like for, I want to say, about an hour, right? So he came and he said that, he tried to fix it. I don't know what the man was talking about, but he said he went, it was my brake chamber. So my brake chamber needed to be replaced, right? So he went and he replaced the brake chamber, and he said I was still having the issues. Okay. So then he said it was like a valve inside or something he had to go get a piece for, and it was at the shop. So he was gonna run up to the shop. Mind you, he had to go to Stockbridge to the shop, and this shop is only like 30 minutes away from my house, right? So, I mean, from where we were at. So he left. I'm there like about 11, 12 o'clock. So I wouldn't say about 1 o'clock, he decided to leave to go to the shop to get the piece. So he gets in the car. I'm not thinking nothing. I go, in the back and just waiting for him to come back. This man shows back up like 2, 3 hours later. Okay. So he comes back, and this time he has a female with him. So I'm like, well, what is this? You supposed to be on the job working, okay? And you got your pregnant girlfriend here outside taking a picture of my bin. And I'm like, you don't even work for the company. Why is you outside the truck taking a picture of my bin? And why did you go and pick up your girlfriend and then come back and now you gonna work on the truck? Like that just did not make sense to me. Like any company or professional roadside place that you gonna call, that person is gonna work on the truck themselves. Why you gonna go and go pick up? So you going around picking up somebody on my dime because they charge you by the hour, right? And labor and all this kind of stuff. So you mean to tell me you going by to pick up somebody on my dime? No, man, no, sir. So, and she's taking a picture of my bin. What in the world wrong with you? Why you not taking a picture of my bin? Right? Why you not doing all this? She your paperwork. This your assistant. You show up to the job with your assistant. So, um, so I'm like, okay. So he said, well, I'm going to get the truck. I got to put this piece on, and it should fix everything. And you should be good to go. Right. So before he started working on it, he had put something in front of my truck so it wouldn't roll. Right. So he went back there. I don't know what in the world he was doing. Stayed up under there for a long time, trying to fix the piece. So then he come and he said, all right, ma'am, you good to go. Right. And soon as they call you with the invoice or whatever, then you'll be fine. So he sent me some pictures or whatever the case may be, because he was saying that something else needed to be fixed, or I don't know what was. It was just like mumbo jumbo what he was talking about, and I didn't think nothing of it. So I'm saying, okay, all right. So after that, I'm like, why is this man so slow? Like, he's slow talking, he's slow moving, he's slow working, he just slow. And he went and got back in the truck. Him and the girl went and got back in the truck, right? So I'm sitting up there. Now Roadside calls me, right? Now I done already paid a deposit of $500 for them to come out there. They charge that to your credit card right away. Okay. Then so I get my invoice. My invoice is $900. Okay. $900. I'm like, what am I paying $900 for? I said, before the man went up to the to get the part, he said it was going to be only additional $200. He said something about $100 for him going to get the part, and then $100 for whatever the part was. He said, so I was looking at about $700, right? I'm saying, okay, all right. So get back, I gets on the phone. It's not the same person that I talked to pay my invoice. She sends me an invoice of $900. Okay. And I said, ma'am, where do you get the $900 from? And she said, that's because of this. So I'm looking over the invoice and all this kind of stuff. Child, they got some crazy fees on there. Okay. And then I said, okay. I said, no, I paid $500. So you need to account for that. Right. So she was trying to charge me $900 plus the $500 that I already paid. Right. So now, I'm not going to argue. I need to get on the road. I need to go. And so she took the invoice back and then sent me another invoice for like 400 and something dollars. So it still came up to $900. Right. And I'm like, it's not supposed to be $900. The only thing that I'm expecting is it's supposed to be like $700. Like, it's only it was only supposed to be $200 extra that I was expected to pay on my card, right? About $700. I'm cool with that, but it comes up to $900. They got like $50 processing fee and all this kind of crazy stuff. Shop using the supplies, all this kind of crazy stuff. So then, okay, I'm cool. I'm not going to fall out, argue, fuss, or fight over $200. Okay, I need to get on the road. I need to go. So I'm just sitting there. Guys, I was sitting there for like an extra 30, 45 minutes after I paid my invoice. This man, they never came back to remove the big old it looked like a hammer thing that he had under my truck. He got the brake chamber under his truck, just laying there on the road, and he and the girlfriend is in the truck just chilling. They just in the truck just chilling, right? So I'm like, what the hell going on? Let me go out here and see what's going on with this man, right? So I gets out my truck, and cause I'm heated. I'm like, what is we waiting for? Why is we sitting here? Like, I done been paid my bill. It's time for me to go. So I go and I knocks on the window of the roadside assistance. I knock on the window of his truck, and he rolls down the window. He laid in the truck like this, and he rolls down the window, right? And you could smell an odor of marijuana coming out the vehicle. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like, you got to be kidding me. Like, for real, like, you got a U.S. DOT number on your truck. I did not call, like, AAAA, or even, I think they got a number. But you have a US DOT number on your truck, sir. And you mean to tell me that you sitting up in this truck, in this mobile mechanic truck, and it smell like marijuana? Like, you got to be kidding me. And you don't even understand the seriousness of that, of being under the influence of something and you working on a commercial vehicle. If you don't know what you're doing and you're doing something that is incorrect or wrong or whatever, you not only put my life in danger, but you could put somebody else's life in danger. Okay, and I don't think people that smoke marijuana or get high, or even it's just like being under influence of alcohol. When you're under, I don't care if it's alcohol, I don't care if it's marijuana, I don't care if it's prescription medication, whatever the case may be. If it's a violation of the federal motor carrier law that you are not supposed to be under the influence of marijuana, of alcohol, of prescription medication, anything that can alter your mindset, you are not supposed to be under. And I don't care if you're driving a truck, working on a truck, if you are working for a company that has a DOT number, a MC number, or whatever the case may be, you are not supposed to be under the influence of anything. Now, what you did, because you're a worker, see, you don't understand that these people that employ you, okay, they're the ones that's going to pay the penalty, because you're the 9 to 5. You're the person that's out here on the road just working, got your job or whatever the case may be. And you think that you could do whatever it is that you want to do. Ain't nobody gonna care. Don't nobody mind. Whatever, ain't nobody gonna know. Let me tell you something about people that smoke marijuana, okay? When they smoke marijuana, they smoke it so long, they don't even understand that everybody else could smell it. Okay, you tell them that you smell marijuana in a car or the truck or whatever the case may be. They looking at you crazy, like, what you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And you don't even have responsible for people ride. As a matter of fact, we are even responsible for people ride with you. Yeah. And I'm like, you don't even have the decent courtesy. Like, man, do you not understand? I carry a 80,000 pound vehicle, and I'm allowing you to work on my truck. And if you do something wrong that can cause my brakes, you working on my airline. That's my brakes. You changing my brake chamber. And if you do something wrong and cause me to have an accident and either kill myself or somebody else, you ain't got no worries. Cause you high as a kite. And you don't even, and it's not even responsible. Like, what, I don't even understand. Like, if you want to get high, let me tell you something. If you want to get high, if you want to smoke marijuana, if that's your coping mechanism and all that kind of stuff, how about go do it somewhere else? How about don't do it in a truck? I'm so sick of it. That's why I don't even, offer to be helping people about if they got a failed drug test and all that kind of stuff, because it's no excuse. If these have been the rules and the regulations of the policies and procedures of what we got to abide by since the beginning of time. And if you willingly knowing that you're under influence of anything, I don't care if it's weed, I don't care if it's alcohol, I don't care if it's prescription drugs, whatever the case may be, if it's banned, you have no business working on a truck, driving a truck. Okay? And not only that, you just got this company in some hot water, because believe you me, okay, I'm not going to let that slide. I'm not going to let it slide. Okay? Everybody getting drug tested. Okay? And not only, and then these folks that just think that, it amazes me how folks think that they could just don't have to abide by the rules and regulations. They got a remedy for everything. Okay? No, we gonna do hair tests, blood tests, make it bad for everybody. Make it bad for everybody. And I just couldn't imagine, like, you laid up in the thing. Like, was I not supposed to say anything? Like, was I not supposed to? I was just like, and they're gonna have a nerve. I guess he calls my phone and gonna send me a text message. Because I'm in my 16 truck, right? So, I got stuff on there that says Miss Diva Trucker and all that kind of stuff. So, he gonna call me on the phone, leave a message, while working is not being professional. Correct. And you could kill somebody. And what people don't understand, when they work for a company and they do stuff like this, you put that whole company in jeopardy. And sometimes as an employer, because I am an employer, I'm a drug test you. I'm a drug test you, and you could do whatever you can to get around that or whatever the case may be, but you're not hurting nobody but yourself. I could do everything that I'm supposed to do as an employer to make sure that you are following the rules and regulations. But if you do something that tries to avert that, the system that we have in place set up to keep us safe, it made me so mad and angry that people will have the audacity to come out and work on my vehicle, and you high as a kite. So when I left him sitting there. He was still sitting there on the side of the road. They sitting up in a truck like this. And I knew something was wrong, because your way of speaking is different when you're under the influence. Okay? Your body language, everything is different. You're not your regular person. Okay, you when you smoke weed or marijuana, I've been around people that do that, and they just laid back. They don't have a care in the world. They just, whatever. Nothing bothers them. This, that, and the third. And it's like, I don't know what you did. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you did. So I'm in the shop again right now because they did not fix the problem. Okay, so then I had to call and the place again, right? So I left, right? So I left, I went to go pick up my trailer, whatever the case may be. So I called and I said, you know what, I need to stop by the TA to see if they could check my truck out or whatever the case may be, because I don't know what this man does. And he doesn't look like he too much care about anything or anybody or anybody's safety or whatever the case may be, because if he did, he wouldn't have showed up like that. So I need to make sure that my truck is okay, because once I smell the odor of marijuana coming out the vehicle, I got to make sure, take responsibility and make sure that my truck is okay, right? Um, you just happen to smell, but on the real, 99% of mechanics smoke weed. Trust me. Really? Okay. Then that may be something that we need to look into. If that's the case, that may be something that we need to look into. Because just because you do it, don't make it right. Just because you do it, don't make it right. If there's rules and regulations and policies and procedures in place um, to protect us to be safe on the highway, okay, we got to follow those, whether we like it or not. If you don't like the rules and regulations that the FMCSA has set upon to keep everybody safe on the road as much as they possibly can, then trucking is not for you. And I mean, that means driving the truck, and that means working on a truck. It's not for you. Find another job. Find something else to do. Don't put these companies in jeopardy of losing their whole company. Now I got to take it a little further, because now we doing everybody. Okay, so now I called the company and I said, hey, I need to speak to a supervisor immediately. Okay, I need to speak to somebody. I need somebody to call me back, like right now. And this guy calls me back, and he says, hello, I'm such and such of the company. I'm such and such of the company, and I heard that you had a complaint. I said, yes, I do have a complaint. I say, I have an issue with your driver. Your driver's been here since 11 o'clock. It is now 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I said, he went to go get a part. He was gone 2-3 hours. Okay, and then he comes back. He has this pregnant female in the truck with him. She's taking a picture of my VIN number. I said, and then when I walk over to the walk over to the truck, I said, he never gave me my paperwork so I can leave. So when I walk to the truck, he rolls down the window, and there's a big odor of marijuana coming out of the truck. Because the first thing, I was so mad, and I was so mad that I said, and he hot. I said, what did I say? And he high as hell. That's what I said. And I guess the man didn't know what I meant by saying high as hell. So I had to break it down to him to let him know that you have a strong odor of marijuana coming out your truck, and you have a USDOT number on your truck. Do you know what that? I should have called the police. That's what I should have did. On the spot. Should have called the police right there on the spot. Right? So, he says, ma'am, I apologize about that. Da 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 da. This, that, and the third. I'll call you back. Right? So I'm like calling around. I said, I don't know what to do. I said, this man is high as hell. He just got finished changing my brake chamber. Okay. And I guess they don't understand that, I'm about to go on the road. This is a commercial truck. I carry 80,000 pounds. I don't know what the hell. Did he go to sleep under there? I don't know what the hell he did. I don't know, because I'm trusting the mechanic. I'm not a mechanic. Right? I'm trusting these people. I just paid them $900. I'm trusting these people to fix my truck. And so I get around about 5 miles, about 10 miles up the road, I get over to McDonough. Okay? And I get over to McDonough, and I'm sitting outside, and I turn around to park outside of the shipper, because the shipper was closed. How about my airline starts leaking again? I have gone 30 minutes. I turn around, airline starts, I hear the noise, the air coming out from somewhere, okay? And I called them back. So I said, listen, Whoever came out here to fix my truck did not fix it. I still have a leak. I said, I don't know what's going on. I said, you need to send somebody else out here. Please do not send the same person that you sent out here, right? So he comes out, a younger guy comes out, okay? So he was just like, he was real nice. He was like, yes, ma'am, da 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 da. Let me check, see, okay, let me go up under here, whatever. He goes up under there to said that he did something, he tightened something, or it was some things that was loose or whatever the case may be, and he tightened it up. He never did fully explain what the world he did, but he did something, okay? So he told me to drive it around the block, and he was going to follow me to make sure that I got back and make sure that fixed the issue or whatever the case may be. And I drove it around the corner, and I came back to park. He was gone. He left. And so, but it maintained the air pressure, right? For a moment, I thought it was fixed, right? So I'm like, okay, let me get on the road. When I get up here, I'll stop at the TA so they could check out my truck to make sure I'm good or whatever the case may be. And I get up here to Kentucky, and I'm losing pressure again. It got to the point where I made it to Kentucky like 10 minutes before the place was supposed to close. It's a drop, right? And I started just losing air pressure. This time it wasn't just in one of the valves. It was in two. Both of them was going down like at the same time, right? And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? So I'm like, okay, I just need to drop this trailer, pick up another trailer, get to the TA, because the TA was like 2 miles down the road, right? And so I got the trailer, came to the TA, and all the time I have to keep my my foot on the accelerator to keep the air pressure in there, right? So they called me right in. So I was like, because I called and said, hey, I got an air leak problem. I don't know where it's coming from or what's going on with it. And I said, I just called road breakdown. I said they came out twice and they said that they fixed it, but it's getting worse, right? So they pulled me in right away. Usually the TA got like a 3-4 hour wait, but this lady said, come on, go and get in the door or whatever the case may be. And I said, okay. So you could hear the air leak, but it wasn't coming from back there. It was coming from under the truck, right? So he lifted the hood and realized what it was right away. It was the air duct dryer that is bad. It's going bad, right? So now, guys, Freightliner is closed, because usually if they have the part in stock, they can fix it. But right now, yesterday, since it was Sunday, Freightliner was closed. So luckily, I don't have to pick up my load until tomorrow. I mean, to today, and I can go and get it. But yeah, right now I'm at the Freightliner. Okay, so hold on, let me see. See, right now I'm at the Freightliner. They called me at okay, they called me at 7 this morning, and told me to come on in, and they was ordering the part, and they was gonna have it fixed. So I'm looking at probably about another $1,000. Okay, every time the truck break down, it's like a boat, break off another 1,000. Okay, so I called the other place, and I'm still going to go through it with them, because it's the weekend, and I guess people are not there, or the people that's in charge or whatever is not there on the weekend. So I called them, and told them I want my money back. I want my money back, every last dime of it, and I don't care. That was on your time. So I haven't heard from them yet. So I'm waiting to hear from them. I'm waiting to hear from either the owner or whatever the case may be, because I think we're going to take this a little further. Okay. We're gonna take this a little further, because you just can't do that if you're not gonna and a lot of times, like being an employer, I know you do the right thing. You know, you now the employer is at fault if they never drug test this person, or they're not following the policies and procedures of drug testing your employees. So that may be an issue. Okay. But we'll find out. Okay. And it's people that make it bad for everybody. You know, some people just make it bad for everybody, and that's what's going to happen, because you're not going to, I mean, it happened to me. So if that's your norm, and all these people are getting high and they on weed and all that kind of stuff, and they're in this industry, I have no sympathy. I really don't, because it's something that you don't have to do. Like, it's certain things that you are not allowed to take, and operate a commercial vehicle. It just is. I mean, it is, and it's so easy to follow the rules. It's really that easy. It's just that it's not a problem. It's not an issue. If you want to smoke dope, if you want to get high, if you want to drink, if you want to take prescription medication that is not legal, if you want to do that, you have a right to do that. You can do that. Okay? But you just can't do it in this industry. That's all. That's all. Just take yourself somewhere else. We don't need it in trucking. We just really don't. Because you have people out here on the road that can get hurt, that can be killed. Okay, and if anything don't tell you anything about being under the influence, is when the famous guy, you know, got hit by a 18-wheel truck and found out, you know, he had something to drink or whatever the case may be. Why risk your life? Why risk your freedom? Why? Okay, because if I get out here on the road and I kill somebody, okay, they're not just coming after me. Okay, they coming after my company. They're gonna find out that prior I was getting my truck worked on. Okay, they're coming after the people that work on the truck. They're coming after everybody. Why put a company in jeopardy? Because people don't care. They don't care. They think that they can get away with any and everything, and they will continue to do it until they caught. And then when you get caught, you fail your drug test, you know you're smoking, you know you whatever, you get caught, then it's, oh, I need a job, ain't nobody gonna hire me, Miss Diva, this what happened, see, and all I need is a second chance, and I'm not gonna do that no more, and it was just a mistake, and no. You know, we got all these different programs now in place for the SAP program and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, you don't even have to do it, period. You know it's not right. You know you're not supposed to do it. But you do it anyway. You take a chance. You gamble. You gamble with your life. You gamble with the company. With fines and all kinds of things that can happen to a company. You know, employees don't pay $1 million fines. They don't. Employers are the one that's paying. And I'm just so sick of it. I'm just sick of it. I really am. And maybe we don't need to be looking at truck. Maybe we need to be looking at truck leasing. Maybe they need to be a drug enforcement task force. That's what needs to happen. Drug enforcement task force. And just clean it up. Go work somewhere else. There's a lot of places that are hiring, but it really pissed me off that you had no concern about my safety, anybody else's safety. All you care about was getting high. chilling back in the company truck. You don't even own the truck, and you got the audacity. Somebody else's equipment. You know how much them trucks cost? The mechanic trucks cost to have all that stuff and everything that they have on there. You don't care nothing about that. What you care about? Getting high. Oh, ain't nobody gonna know nothing. Including our truck stops should stop selling alcohol. But it's not just truck drivers that come into it's not just truck drivers that come into like the TA and the Petro. The T and the Petro, Flying J and all that kind of stuff, they're truck stops, but you also have, regular people that come. Why can't we just be, why we got to take the toy away from everybody? Why we just can't be responsible and realize, hey, we driving, let me get my load there or whatever. I'm gonna do my 34. I'm gonna go get in a hotel, and you don't have me a cocktail or whatever. I don't know. I don't know, but it's a way to be responsible. You shouldn't have to police everything. You shouldn't have to everything you got to have a policy about. You got to have a procedure about. People can't just use common sense to be like, maybe this is not something I should do while I'm working on a vehicle. Maybe, let me make sure I'm in my right mind. So I'm putting on the right part, and I'm making sure that I'm taking care of this truck so that it can go down the highway safely. That's something that we could do up front. It's not something that we have to wait for somebody to die or be severely injured or cause an accident or whatever the case may be to realize, well, maybe I didn't have to be high. Maybe I didn't have to smoke that joint or whatever it is. I don't know. Do they still call it a joint now? Is it that serious for real? Like, miss me with that. I'm just so... Well, the people of high standards that do a great job earlier, honestly, we are in the days of no one knows, the days no one knows. It's so simple. Like, it's simple. If you want to get high, if you want to smoke marijuana, if you want to drink, if you can't, go without alcohol for a 10-hour shift, if you can't, what else? Prescription medications, that's another thing. Like, I can't be on, what's some of those medications that, alter your mind? Like, what is it? Xanax, and y'all know what them pills and stuff that, that people take. Pain medication. Like, what was I was on, I had surgery, and they put me on some kind of pain medication, and this was like a long time ago. This was like over 10 years ago, and I had surgery, and they gave me a prescription medication, and I got addicted to it. Okay, it was crazy because it was supposed to be for pain, and before you know it, I couldn't stop taking it, right? And you addicted to something when you trying to go get that medication and you done ran out of the medication. The medication is supposed to last you a month, and it ain't been a month and you already out of the medication, and you trying to go and see where you can get the medication again before the month is over with. It's a narcotic. I don't know what it was, but I had to go check myself in for that. This was like 10 years ago. I had to go because I could not stop whatever it was they gave me. So right now, that's why when it comes to like pills and all that kind of stuff, I can't take anything. Even if I go in the hospital, the first thing I will let them know, like when I went in the hospital, when I went to, I was in a hospital in Florida, I let them know, do not give me no narcotics. That's what I tell them. Do not give me any, it wasn't oxycodone. They said it was something, it was the same equivalent as heroin. They said the street version of it was heroin, but I don't know what it, the prescription of it. And then when you have insurance, okay, when you have insurance, the insurance pay for it, and I was supposed to, the doctor said I was supposed to wean myself off or whatever the case may be. Child, please. I went and checked myself in because I knew that I couldn't stop taking it. I wasn't hurting anymore. So when somebody prescribes you pain medication and you're not hurting, that's an addiction. That's not pain. That's you. It's an addiction, right? So I wasn't hurting, so there was no reason for me to be taking the pain medication if I wasn't hurting. I was just taking the pain medication just to be taking the pain medication. So I was living in Mississippi at the time, and since I had insurance, I went and checked myself in. Right? I even showed up to the rehab with the medication. Like, how crazy is that? Right? So they took it away from me or whatever, and I had to go through a period. I think it was like a withdrawal, like you come off of it or whatever the case may be. Guys, this thing, I couldn't walk, I could hardly talk. I was like this, you know. And it took me about, I want to say, and I was in the place where it was real, like people, like real drug addicts, okay. And but whatever place I was at, hun, we ate good. You got to order out. It was like, and there was people like they had like what I call rich people problems. Like, you know, their parents was paying for this and all this kind of stuff. And I couldn't even move. I couldn't get up. So after about 3 days of being in there, they said I didn't need to be in there no more. So they transferred me to like a regular room or whatever the case may be. But I had to get it out my system. And ever since then, you know, I don't take any. It was a, oh yeah, it was a, but I forgot what the name of it was. I forgot what the name of it was, but you get it after surgery. You know, they prescribe you pain medications after surgery, and that's a lot of times how a lot of people get addicted, is because they've had a procedure. And after the procedure, you know, they give you like pain medication, and sometimes you can get addicted to that pain medication if you're not careful. And that's what happened to me. And ever since then, anytime I go into the hospital, I don't care what it is, I will let them know up front, do not give me any narcotics at all. No narcotics. If it's anything stronger than a Tylenol, I don't need it. I don't need it, because it's too easy for you to get addicted to that stuff, you know. But I'm just heated. I'm so mad. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm just really heated. And it's like, when it happens to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, when it affects you, you know, you just look at things differently. Like, you know, you don't even care about my life. You don't care about anybody else's life. You don't care about nothing. You know, all you care is selfish. All you care about is you getting high at the moment, at the time, what makes you feel good at the time. Anybody else doesn't matter. And if you feel that way, then be in a situation where you can't hurt anybody else. You can't change somebody else's life. You know, and it's too easy to not do it or be in another profession than to be sitting out here trying to be sneaky and drive down the highway or work on a truck or whatever the case may be, and somebody get killed or somebody have an accident. Don't nobody want to talk about that then. My bad. You know, now we somewhere crying and seeing how we can get our jobs back, and, you know, all this kind of stuff, when and you just don't have to do it. Like, I just really don't have any and maybe that's just me. I just really don't, because I always believe in second chances and things like that. But people, if you're doing this affects me personally, you know. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you. Don't call me asking me, Miss T, I failed the drug test. I need to get a job that will accept me with my SAP program and all that kind of stuff. And SAP to me is a joke. It really is. That's somewhere. SAP is something you ain't really learned nothing. You ain't really learned no lesson. You don't learn nothing until you feel it. You know, when you come back with a positive drug test or whatever the case may be, and you got to go through the SAP, you got to pay money, right? And then you got to go meet with somebody. To me, it's just a money grab. You got to go meet with somebody. They got to, you got to tell them that you ain't gonna do it again, and you learn from your lesson and all that kind of stuff. And then they gonna give you a return to duty. Okay, then you come back and return to duty. A lot of them just do the same thing. So why even bother? You ain't changed nothing. Why even bother? You just try to find a new way to get around the rules and the regulations in the first place. When there's so many places that you could get a job at, and you could be high all day, every day, if you want to. I don't have a problem. I don't have an issue with anybody that want to drink. Okay, because I drink. Socially drink. Okay, or when I'm out and about, or if I go out to an occasion, or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying be responsible when you do it, because you can hurt somebody else. And if that's something that you want to do every day on a daily basis, is that's the way you cope through life, and life changes, and you can't just handle life on its own. And you need something, a coping mechanism to handle what we call life out here on in this world. Then they are places that you can work that don't drug test, and it's not federally mandated. It's not like you can go get a job. If they're making the whole state legal, and everybody can smoke weed and everybody can get high now, then work at those places that you can do it, but not in the trucking, not in the commercial vehicle, not working on the vehicle. Maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know because their employer has a USDOT number. Maybe their employer didn't tell them. I don't know. But anybody that has a USDOT number and an MC number abides by the same rules and regulations, whether you are driving the truck, or working on a truck, or towing a truck, or anything that has to do with a commercial vehicle. You are still under the rules and regulations. And I was just like too shocked. And you don't think that there's nothing wrong with that? I'm the customer, right? I come to your truck, I knock on the door. Hello? Are y'all finished with me yet? And you roll down the window, and you lay back up in the truck back there. And they charging me $1,000. Where you get that from? Like, who does that? But guys, now I am at the TA. Is that sun? And I am getting my truck fixed. Now this is going to cost me about, I would say, anywhere between $1,000 and $1,500, because the air duct, they're gonna get from the air duct. It's called an air dryer. It sits right on the right hand side, and that's what's leaking. That's what's causing that air. And I think what it does, it gets the moisture or whatever out the airline, and it's called an air dryer. So they're gonna get the part from Freightliner, and they're gonna put that on. Now the part costs, I don't already looked it up. It's gonna be anywhere between $300 to $500, especially coming from Freightliner. Okay, it's gonna be about $300 to $500. Then they're gonna charge me labor to put it on. So I'm looking at about another $1,500 besides the $1,000 that I just paid yesterday. So it is what it is. And then I asked them to also check the work that they did back there as well. But I'm just livid, and I'm mad, and I'm upset. And for it to happen, to be so bold with it, to be acting like nothing's wrong with it, and then gonna call it. Let me tell you what this fool did. Call me on the phone, and I wouldn't answer the phone, right? So he called me on the phone twice. And I'm like, what does this man want? Why is he calling me? I done paid what I need to pay. I didn't answer the phone because I was mad, right? This man gonna send me a text message talking about, I see that you a CDL recruiter. I got a friend in Louisiana that need a job. Child, please. Child, please. What is you talking about? Child, please. I'm so mad and pissed with you because you done showed up you done showed up to work high as a kite. And then you're gonna try to work on my truck. And then you're gonna replace the brake chamber. And it wasn't even the brake chamber. And then you're gonna tell me some gibberish about something else. I don't even know what you was talking about. And all that time, then you're gonna leave and say you be back in 30 minutes. And you come back 2, 3 hours later and you show up with the girl and the pregnant girl, whoever she was, you done showed up with her. And she done got out the car like she on duty. Okay, she done jumped out the car. Like she worked for the company too, and she done walked up to my truck and she taking a picture of my van. What kind of mess is that? What kind of mess is that? If you gonna pick up somebody, tell them to stay they behind in the truck. She don't work for the company. Why is she out the truck? Who paid her? You done showed up with your girlfriend. And I was mad, and I'm looking at her like, what is you doing? Where did you come from? Because you wasn't here on the first trip. Where did you come from? So you mean to tell me that you left here and you went to go pick up her and get the part and y'all came back together when y'all got time on my dime? No, no, sir. No, sir. We got to do better. We got to do better. And baby, and they have not heard, seen, or nothing of the last of me. With everything in my power of what I would do is to make sure that this doesn't happen to somebody else. So either you need to revamp your company, either you need to pull everybody in and do some hair tests on everybody, or whatever the case may be. But as long as you got a DOT number on your truck, you are responsible for these people that you got working for you. Yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. So, not only do I want my money back, but I want that man either fired and tested. And I don't want a urine test, because people that, do this and they do it blatantly, don't know about the test. Test ain't nothing to them. Okay? We don't want that. We want the ACC. We want the we want some hair. We want some blood. Just get it out of blood. It's just a little bit more money. That's all. But isn't it worth it? It's worth it to get it's so many people that want to do right that you don't even have to put up with the ones that don't. You make it hard for everybody. Everybody, we already get a bad rap. Okay? Truck drivers are in accidents and all this kind of stuff all the time. Killing people. You can't go a day, a week without seeing a truck on the side of the road, or done had an incident or ran off the side of the road, or whatever the case may be. Okay? All the time, up and down the highways. It's dangerous out here. Either we going too fast or whatever. We just don't need it. We don't need the extra when it's already rough out here as it is. We pay for it dearly. We pay for it in our insurance. We pay for it in our taxes. We pay for it. We taxed on everything. Our insurance is high as I don't know what, just to operate this vehicle. And then you got people that just don't care, that figure that they could just do whatever they want to. Who cares? They ain't paying no insurance. They ain't paying no taxes. They ain't running no company. Why do I care if I put them out of business? Well, that's the company you keep. So either you clean up your company, or we'll see how far this goes. Right. Because it affected me. It affected me. So since something affects me, anything that don't affect me ain't none of my business. But when you come work on my truck, that becomes my business. So now, does it seem like almost everywhere? Does it seem like almost everyone gets high these days? No, everybody ain't getting high. Everybody ain't getting high. Everybody don't smoke weed. Everybody don't. It ain't everybody. And if it is, if people want to do that, they don't fought so hard to make it legal. Okay, they don't fought so hard to make it legal. Fine, it could be legal. I don't have a problem with it. You can smoke all day, every day if you want to. Okay, that's your prerogative. Nothing's wrong with that. If that's how you want to live your life or whatever the case may be, it's nothing wrong with getting high. It ain't nothing wrong with smoking weed. It ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing. Okay? The problem that I have and the problem that the FMCSA have is it's illegal. Okay? So if you want to make it legal for you to drive a truck and work on a truck while you high as hell, then you need to get up there and change the rules and the regulations. But so far, it states that that's something that we can't do. Okay? So if it's something that we can't do, then, and you in this industry, don't do it. Or go find you somewhere else. It's that simple. Why make it hard for everybody? This not for you. This trucking is not for you. It's not. Working on the truck ain't for you. Okay, be a mechanic. They got some some Toyotas, some Kias, some stuff you could go work on. Okay, maybe they not federally mandated or whatever the case may be. Go get a job working on a Kia. But this is a commercial vehicle. Okay, we rely on you to do what you need to do to get the truck fixed so we can be safe out here on the highway. And when you messing with my airlines, brake chambers, stuff that I could lose control over, oh, I take that personally. I take that personally. So I don't care nothing about you losing your job. I don't care nothing about that. I don't care nothing. I don't care. You don't care about me and me being safe out here on the road. You don't care about none of that. So I don't care. I really don't. I have no sympathy whatsoever. And you can take it how you want to. Go find somewhere else to work. That's the way I feel about it. Because this affects me and my truck. But no, I'm in my 2016 truck, guys, and because I wanted to get out on the road to make sure it's okay. Because like I said, you can't let a truck sit, right? So this is dangerous. Yeah, it is. I mean, am I being like unrealistic? Is this not just normal protocol? Like, is this something that we got to debate about? Heavy equipment. Yeah, it's not just commercial truck. This is heavy equipment. This is other stuff as well that it affects. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is nothing that we need to debate about. We're not going to have the marijuana talk. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to have this marijuana talk. We just got to understand. It's an understanding. Okay? It's not accepted in this industry. And since it's not accepted in the industry and you want to do it, you can do it. I'm going to support you. Okay? I support whatever you want to do. But just don't do it here. That's all. That's all. And that what we may need to do. That may be the next conversation. We might need to, crack down, have a task force. We got to have a task force to crack down on illegal substances. And that includes alcohol, marijuana, prescription medication. Maybe it's time to crack down. Maybe it should be a major crackdown on everybody. And we just need to stop doing urine tests because, that urine test, they laughing at that. They laughing. I can pass a drug test. They laughing. It's funny. Walk in the medical clinic just as bold as I got this, just as bold as you want to. Let's just cut the this is cut the urine test out, okay? Because you got people that think they special. So we're gonna cut the urine test out. Just go straight to the blood work. We might have to pay a little extra money, but if it's gonna keep people safer on the highway, okay, let's just fork it out. I'd rather pay as an employer a drug test or a hair test. Why are we even fighting about that? Let's just get rid of it. Period. You know, we thought we could do urine tests and everything will be fine and all that kind of stuff, but we can't do that. You got people that just don't get it. Hair is an act. But how about blood? What's blood? Is blood good? Can we get it out blood? Just take the needle out, draw you some blood, and it is what it is. Or can we just stop? Can we just not do it? Is that too much to ask? No, I ain't think so. Can't nobody give me a legal argument of why they should be working on my truck high as a kite and slow. If I didn't, I noticed and it ain't like he's slow dumb. He's slow in his reaction. That's what the marijuana do for you. It make you not give them. It make you not even don't care. Hey lady, hey lady, what you done did to the truck? Huh? What you done did to the truck? All right, I'm gonna get you fixed up. I'm gonna get you fixed up. I'll be right back. Okay. And if I never went to that truck, I wouldn't have known. I knew something was off by the way he was acting, but I was just like, okay, maybe he tired or something. Okay. I was like, maybe he tired. You know, they done woke him up out to sleep or whatever the case may be. He tired. Okay. But he was a little too relaxed for me. And but if I would have never was that how he spoke? Yeah. Hey lady. Hey lady. What you done did to the truck? Huh? What you done did? Huh? What you done did to the truck? And I ain't saying that. I was like, oh, he real calm, cool, and collected. You know, I've been mad, a little bit anxious if I had to come out in 107-degree heat and work on a truck. But he was just like real laid back, cool. All right, well, I tell you what, I think it's this, and I think I tried this and that didn't work. So I'm gonna get you straight now. You know, I'm gonna get you straight now. I gotta go up here real quick and get this part, and then I'm gonna come back. I mean, he was explaining everything slow. Okay, it don't take you 15 minutes to tell me that you're going up to Stockton to get a part and come right back. Everything was slow. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change the brake chamber, and I was looking under there, and I didn't find a leak that way, so I tried something else. I mean, he was giving me play by play, and so now what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna go up there to the what's the name and get me a part, and then I'm gonna come right back, and then I'm gonna put that part on, and then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna have you out of here. Okay, then I'm gonna have you out of here, and I'll be back. I'll be back. It ain't gonna take me but a minute. I'll be back. The whole like he don't even understand. Like they don't. He think he alright, but clearly I could see that something is going on. By the way he talking, by the way he's speaking, everything is slow. And okay, get it out. What you trying to say? And I would have left it at that. You know, I just thought maybe he was sleepy or tired because he just woke up or something. I don't know. But when I went to the truck and he rolled down the window, because I knocked on the window, and he rolled down the window, I was like, whoa. He was in slow motion. Sure was. And when he rolled down the window, it just hit me, and I was like, you got. And he said, yeah. He said yes. And I said, are you finished with me? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We done. You mean you're not gonna get the thing, the stick that you put in front of my truck? You're not gonna pick that up? Do you know you got the old brake chamber underneath the truck? You're not gonna get that? Y'all just gonna sit here and chill? Okay. All right. I'm good. I'm good. I can't talk to you. Okay. I'm going to call somebody because I can't talk to you. I'm out of here. And then I got mad. I got mad. And people say whatever it is that they want to say, but it's wrong. And it affects me on a personal level because this is my vehicle, and you sent somebody out here that was under the influence, and you got them working on my truck, and that ain't okay with me. It ain't okay. And you cover the state of Georgia. You cover the state of Georgia. So that ain't gonna be hitting on nothing. So that's something I gotta take care of. I'm not gonna let that slide. Not at all. So, but right now I'm in Kentucky. I'm going to pick up a load. I'm headed back to McDonough. I did receive some applications that we're gonna be calling back on. And yeah, I asked for my money back. But it's not about just giving me my money back, right? It's about making sure that this doesn't happen to somebody else. Because if I let this slide and this man continues to work for this company and he goes out there and maybe it's something else, okay? And maybe the brake chamber breaks, I mean, I don't know, comes off or it's loose or whatever the case may be. Somebody could be affected by it. So you got to say something. You can't just let it slide. You got to ask yourself, are you going to be a part of the problem or are you going to be a part of the solution? And the solution is when it's something like this affects you personally, because this is my personal business, I can go out there and hit somebody. I can kill somebody, you know, and I will be out of business. I could go to jail. Do you understand that? I can go to jail. And they're not just going to come after me. When they get to pulling people in the court and all that kind of stuff, they're not pulling me. They're going to pull everybody that's with me, connected to me. Okay? So they're going to pull me. They're going to pull who I'm carrying for. They're going to pull the mechanic, get their insurance. Okay? The company, they're going to get them. Because record is going to show who been working on my truck before any incident. Right? Is that just going to slip by? And if it's faulty or due to the brake and it shows that I just had the brakes worked on or the airlines or whatever the case worked on and this person was under the influence, that's going to be a problem. But people don't see it that way. They don't see it that way. They just see that, they going through some things in life that they want to cope, and they feel like their way of coping is to be high, and they're gonna go to work and they're gonna be high and they're gonna get the day and they're gonna be under the influence, and ain't nobody gonna know no different until something happens or somebody gets hurt, and that's when it becomes a problem. And it's sad. It really is. It really is sad. And I think that should be my next letter. That should be instead of leasing. Yeah, we gonna focus on leasing. Okay, the task force about leasing. But I really think that we need a task force to cut down on this on the comedian Tracy Moore sues Walmart and results of $90 million. I ain't got but 1 million. Okay, I'm only covered up under 1 million. So if they want 90 million, they ain't gonna get 90 from me. Okay, they're gonna have to get my $1 million. They're gonna have to get the whoever I'm caring for. They're gonna have to get their insurance. They're gonna have to get the what's the name? See, people don't understand that because they ain't never been hurt. They ain't never been sued or had to pay out no money or paying two, 3,000. This don't affect me. This affects our whole industry. That's why our insurance is high as a kite. Companies can't even. Um, Good morning, T Hill. What's going on with you? Um, Companies can't even function because the insurance is so high. But people don't. They're not thinking like that. They don't think like that. When they show up to do a job and they under the influence, they don't think like that. They think about getting a check on Friday and that's it, and going about their business. This here is bigger than you. This thing we do out here on this road is bigger than you. It could affect a lot of people. So why not just do the right thing? Why not just not do it? Why not, if you got a problem or issue, if it's something that you got to do, then just don't be in this industry. It's so simple. It's not hard. You know, there's other things that you could do, but drive and work on a truck. So it is what it is. So right now what I'm doing is, what I think is, my driver that I get, I think I'm gonna put them in the 2019 truck, and I'm gonna drive the 2016, because if anything happens, I'll be able to, get it in the shop, work on it or whatever. And don't nobody know my truck like me. This truck right here is a workhorse. Okay, it's like, this truck is like stronger and can pull better and everything than my two newer trucks that I have. This truck right here has like horsepower and all that kind of stuff, and I'm used to driving it, you know. So that my driver don't have to go through it. I don't care about driving this truck. I get in this truck, the AC work now. And I can work out any kinks with the truck, I can work out, you know if anything happens, on the road, I can work it out. So I don't know. But other than that, guys, I am on my way back home. Thank you so much. I'm on my way back home to pick up our shine, and then we'll be back on the road, but we'll be in another truck. I just wanted to get this truck on the road just to make sure it was okay. Because I just got it out the shop. What kind of truck you driving? The 2016 Freightliner, my older truck. This is my 2016 Freightliner that I'm in right now. So they're going to replace the air dryer. Hold on a minute. I'll show you what part it is. Because I can start replacing stuff a little at a time. Like I can start like replacing my hoses, and when you got an older truck, the maintenance that you have on that truck is very important. So like I get like the hoses changed, little just update stuff, make sure the tires and stuff is good. But if you want to see what the part that I need fixed, I'm gonna show you. Give me 1 second. Where is it at? This right here. This is my air dryer. So this is what's causing the problem. So I got to get this changed out. This whole piece right here, and the air is leaking from here. So it's leaking from the bottom. But yep, this is the 16 that I'm in today. So. put y'all right. Child, they got more people working here than they got people in the getting their truck fixed. Somebody need to go home. they, honey, a job ain't a job no more. You come to work to conversate. They got 10 people standing around looking at each other, smoking cigarettes, and they ain't got but 4 trucks in the thing. Somebody could have stayed home today, huh? But other than that, guys, I will talk to you all later. I'm gonna go back. I gotta figure out the loads for next week. Today, what I was gonna say? Is it this? Oh, okay. It's this. Okay. But today, Arshawn is gonna bring his first load back up to Georgia solo. So he went on his home time, and he coming back tomorrow, and he's gonna bring his first solo load back up to Georgia, and then we're gonna get back on the truck together because he like running team. He said, "Mom, can I just run team with you?" And I said, "Yeah." I said that ain't no problem. So I got to show y'all his backing. Oh my God, his backing impressed me. Okay, I be like, Sean be doing some blindside backs like it ain't nothing. We was in the door the other day, like we had a customer and it was a real tight little backing situation or whatever. And I'm always asking, you need some help? You okay? You need some help? And he's like, no, ma, I got it, like that. So the it was a blind side back. The door was over here, something, and Sean was like, and it was 2 trucks in the way, and Sean was backing around both of the trucks into the door. I said, oh, Sean, I said, what is you doing? He said, Mama, blind side back, right on back in this door. I said, what? I said, you need me to get out? I said, you need me to get out? Let me get out. Let me make sure you good. I said, let me get out. I jumped out the truck, just to make sure that, he was good. Child, Sean done backed this truck up around 2 other trucks and got in the door and I was just like, that's my son. I would have been still sitting there. I would have been still sitting there waiting on somebody to move. Waiting on somebody to move. But other than that, that's it. We just working. That's it. So we're gonna take the applications, and I think whenever I get a new driver, I think I'm gonna put them in the 2019 truck, and then just be in this truck and just take care of it, because I was thinking about selling it, right? But right now, okay, I got 2016 truck. It got 800,000 miles on it, right? And right now I would probably only get about $35,000 for this truck, right? um and if I took the or I could trade it in. So if I trade it in, I'll get about maybe 20, I'll get about like 25, maybe 30. I would say about 25,000, right? Because they got to make a profit off of it, right? So if I trade it in for a newer truck, I can get like a 2020 Freightliner Cascadia for about $60,000. It would be less than 500,000 miles, and I could take the 20,000 and put towards the 60, so that would make me only owe about $40,000 on the truck, right? And then just replace all of the trucks. I mean, just replace this one and have newer trucks for the 3 trucks. But I don't want to right now because I just got those 2 newer trucks, and it was a lot to get them on the road. Okay, with the registration, the tags, the insurance, and all that kind of stuff. I want to wait at least a year before I purchase another truck, because I'm not even understanding. I don't even know what my insurance is going to be when I renew next year. Okay, um, and that may be a shocker. Okay, because the more trucks you get, the bigger. What would the monthly payment be if I traded the truck in? The monthly payment will probably be about maybe $1,500. What's going on, Trey? Trey, every time I see your name, you make me smile. But the monthly payment on a truck probably be about $1,500, and you could pay it off in 3 years or whatever the case may be. But right now I just don't want to. Right now, until we see what the rates are looking like as far as going back up, because I don't want to overwhelm myself and I don't want to grow too quickly. So we're fine right now, and staying busy and all that kind of stuff. So oh, how can I tell if the rates are coming? Um, I passed my new entrant. Did you have to do it online? If you have to do it online, that was good. That's good, Trey. Now you ain't got to worry about it no more. You good, you know? That's good. Oh, how can I tell that there may be a change in the rates and stuff like that? I'm now getting, like, in my emails and stuff, um um uh dedicate. Yeah, that's good. That's good, Trey. You in there now. You good now. You good. You don't have to worry about it no more. Um and it was easy, wasn't it? It wasn't that bad. If you just kept up with everything, it wasn't. And it's not that bad if you like doing it by yourself. I hope I ain't got no hole in my cup or nothing. If you doing it by yourself, it ain't bad because the only person you got to worry about is you, right? So just turn all that stuff in, and they'll send your pass letter, and you fine. Um, I'm thinking about changing ELDs. I'm not sure, but I got to see what the price is on Motive. About the rates, I'm noticing there's a lot more. Oh, there's a hurricane coming. I be trying to tell y'all something. There's a hurricane coming, so everybody that's registered with FEMA and all that kind of stuff, you may be getting some emails and some information about that. Another thing is the rates. Okay, the rates may go up a little bit, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm getting a lot of offers for dedicated accounts. Okay, and I'm getting a lot of offers for lanes that's coming up that's available, and from different places. Like I just set up with DHL. I got a call from them. They want to put me in their they whatever their program is. I don't know how it works, but she was putting me in and looking at some lanes that was coming up available. What else? Who else? There's a lot. I'm getting a lot of emails. I use Motive. Trey, how much is Motive a month? Like, do they make you pay for the ELD thing? Is it on your phone? I mean, the ELD thing that hooks up to the truck. How much do they make you pay a month for that? Because right now I pay $25 um, per person. So we got three drivers, right? So 25, 50, 75 dollars a month. That's my monthly that I pay for three drivers, and then for the equipment for the ELD device, I think they made me pay like, I think it was like $89 or something like that. So it's a monthly, and then is there a contract? Because I don't want no contract. That's why I didn't go with Motive, because at the time it was a contract. You had to have this contract or something, and I didn't want that. Um, they tried to put me in a contract for the low board. I said, the low board? You want me to sign a contract? You got to be kidding me. Um, but other than that, that's it. I'm finna do this dropping hook. I came up here to do a dropping hook. Um, for 400 miles. I think it's still a contract. How much you pay a month? How much you pay a month on your for your to use the Motive? For just for one person? Okay, because I only pay $25. I only pay $25 a month for each driver. For each driver. Um, but yeah. So that's what I think I'm doing. I think I'm just gonna, cause I don't have a problem. This truck got AC. It ain't deluxe, the bells and whistles with the LED lights and all that kind of stuff. It's not all of that, but it works, and it's a good running truck. Good running truck. And either I'm going to put the money in the maintenance of keeping it up, or whatever the case may be, or I'm gonna trade it in and get a newer truck. And right now, I just don't want to overwhelm myself with payments and insurance and all that kind of stuff, and just keep what I have, because you got one equipment that's paid off, and you can't beat that. So, but I don't want to put just any and everybody in this truck, because um I don't want them to have any problems or issues. Like if it's an old school driver ain't gonna care what they drive. Long as the thing go and drive, and they able to make money with it, they'll make it work. Okay. Um, but and if I found a driver like could fix like simple stuff, like if like you could fix like a hose, or something that goes wrong with, not that I want them to be the mechanic for the truck, it's just that if it's something simple that they can do, or whatever the case may be, we just go ahead and make that happen. But at any time, if anything happens to any one of my trucks, I just call roadside breakdown, and they come out. I already expect that it's going to be at least $500 to $1,000 if somebody has to come out to your truck. But a lot of times, if there's a problem like it was yesterday, I don't want a driver that would just sit on the side of the road when the TA is 2 miles down the road and they can get to the TA. So it took a little bit of maneuvering trying to get here, because I had to let the airline pressure build up and keep that. I couldn't keep hitting on the brakes, because every time I hit the brake, the pressure would go down. So I had to kind of use the Jake brake to try to slow down and everything and get 2 miles down the road, because you can imagine if I was stuck on the side of the road, right? If I'm stuck on the side of the road, then and they got to get a part, then that meant I would have had to spend the night on the side of the road, right? Until the part came. Then they got to do that, go get that, come back, put it on in the morning, and all that kind of stuff. When if you're at the TA, all you got to do is park in a spot, and you'll be good. Okay. I'm doing good with the weight loss. Okay, if y'all don't know, I am on the semi-glutide, which is a compounded version of the Ozempic, and I started off with 210 pounds. Okay, I take a shot every week, and now I'm down to 188 pounds. Okay, I just increased my dose, so I was at 20, now I'm at 30, and not having any side effects. The side effects when you first do it, you're going to be like nauseous, tired, you're going to be going through a whole lot of emotions, but that urge to eat is gone. Like sometimes we eat, especially as truck drivers, we just eat to be eaten. We may not be hungry, but like hungry, but we'll snack. We'll have some chips by us, we'll have drinks. It's so easy for us to gain weight out here on the road, because we don't do a lot of exercising. It ain't like we could pull an 18-wheeler truck up to the gym. A lot of people try to stay healthy out here on the road by, they may have things that they do in their truck, walking around their truck. You may even see people walking up and down in the truck stop, trying to get that exercise in, trying to get that heart rate up, trying to stay healthy and trying to stay fit, but it's so easy not to. Thank you, CC. Some people that's like, why are you doing that or whatever? It's just that we got to do something, and some ways are better than others. Like people um some people can just change their diet. Some people can change their eating habits, or or may go to the gym, or whatever the case may be. And some people struggle a little bit more, so for people that struggle a little bit more, this is what works for me. And it's really simple. I just take a shot every week when I come home. I actually have it in my freezer. So when I come home, I just take my shot, and it cuts out the hungry noise. Like, you don't even think about food, and you have to remind yourself to eat. Like, for example, but the only issue that I have is that I still see it. Like, mentally, I see it and I think I can eat it, right? But you can't. You're not going to be able to eat. Like, for example, I'll tell you, like, let me show you. Like, this is what I got yesterday, right? Because I thought I was hungry. And this is like the wings or whatever. Y'all, it's still in there. That's still there. I can't eat it. I'm not hungry. The tenders I got, they still in there. You can't eat it. You cannot eat it. It won't let you eat nothing. And so that's why you got to do, I have to do a lot of protein shakes, and I have to do I do a lot of protein shakes, and you just can't eat no snacking, no nothing. And sometimes you can forget to eat, and you don't want to do that, because if you don't eat nothing, you're gonna be weak. You're not gonna feel good or whatever. Smoothies, yeah, but I don't know how to do the smoothie. The smoothies, like, I gotta get I ordered a blender off of Temu, so I'm gonna try to do that. I was liking those freeze dried strawberries and stuff. I like that. I've been doing protein bars. You know, those protein bars that you could buy out the store. They're so expensive. Everything that says protein in it is going to be an extra couple of dollars. So I've been doing that, and I drink a lot of water. You got to, so you don't have problems with going to the bathroom. But I drink a lot of water, and but I just don't eat. But it's not stopping me from buying stuff. Like, I brought that chicken that cost me what, 10, $11 yesterday, and I didn't eat none of it. I like, oh, Cece, I can't have pistachios. I'm allergic to pistachios. And if I eat pistachios, I will be going, it's an allergic reaction, and I have to have one of those EpiPens, um, because I get shortness of breath. So I remember, like, and how I found out was, I was at work. I used to work for the Navy. Like, I used to work for Fleet and Family Support Center, for the Navy in Pascagoula, Mississippi. And I was sitting there eating some pistachios, and all of a sudden I got shortness of breath, and I was like that, and I couldn't breathe, right? And then they took me over to the ER, or the hospital, and I made it to, like, the hospital room or whatever, and I just fell out. All I know is I passed out. And they had to hit me with EpiPen. So they took the EpiPen and they hit it in my leg, and I said like that, and I could breathe. But ever since then, I never ate a pistachio, looked at a pistachio since then. I had that reaction from a pistachio. Let me see. Nuts, a meal plan, yeah, it is. So that's why I try to cook at home. So, like, and Arshawn loved my, oh my god, I cooked, I cooked cabbage, cornbread, and neck bones. I had ribs. I had barbecue chicken. I had, 'cause no, they don't want nothing fried, so I don't cook. I try not to have anything fried. um and salads. I'm making like 4 salads, chicken salads, because I shred up the chicken and do that. And but try to have a whole refrigerator full of food, and that cut down on buying a lot. Crazy how food can kill you that quick. Yeah, it can. If you're allergic to it, it can. But yeah, I ate a pistachios, and I was just sitting there. I was at work, and I ate it, and all of a sudden I couldn't breathe, and I started, like, my tongue and everything was swelling up, and I started breaking out. And they said, you're having a reaction, come on, let's go. So they ran me over to the hospital, and I made it to the anything to lay down. And all I remember was I was laying down in the hospital, and somebody said, get the EpiPen. They got the EpiPen, hit me with it, and I said I remember doing that. And then ever since then, they gave me like 2 EpiPens to carry with me at all times in case I have a reaction again. I just never touch pistachios. I used to carry an EpiPen, but I haven't had that reaction in like over what, 10 years. Mm-hmm. And usually I try to catch it. So if I eat something and I start to feel funny a little bit, like you start itching or your tongue or whatever, I'll run and I'll keep a Benadryl with me at all times for anything like that. But yeah, I'm just like in and kind of like go mode, as far as building, just trying to keep above water, okay, and minimize on these repairs and things like that. It's not about that you're not going to have repairs, because you are. You got to have PMs out here. You got to have PMs out here. You gotta make sure that everything is maintained. So it's gonna cost. Things are gonna cost. Your tires, all that kind of stuff. You got to make sure that you keep up with. So it's just expect the unexpected. So I knew that once I heard that leak, that here we go. That's another $1,000. But $2,000 in one day, child, woo, honey, they hit you when they want to hit you. But I am glad that I did get in this truck and took it out on the road, because I could work out any issues that it may have. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that I did that. What do you think about those? I just heard about that, Trey, this morning, about the pilot closing. I just heard about that. I haven't been able to look into it. But Trey, we are getting to the bottom. It's going to be like a big crash. Like we're just not surviving. We're just not. Like, and then you see, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. It's getting bad. It's getting really, really bad. Really bad. So even though now is the time to like purchase trucks and all that kind of stuff, it's good and bad, because you're gonna have that overhead and you don't have the revenue to cover that overhead. You know, you just have to be able to maintain. So right now, cash is king. If you got cash sitting around or whatever the case may be, you can do that. But mm, it's really crazy. But there's starting to be a need, because um, some opportunities are opening up. They are. I don't know how long they can continue. And then like last week on the board, you usually seeing like maybe 600, 700 loads or whatever. Now it's like over 1,000 loads. So that's a shift. Where all these loads come from? And they like $3, $3 or more, or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, but you can't get too anxious. Okay, are we seeing a shift, or is this something that is just like emergency for right now, that they need to get out? Like now it's school supplies, school time, or whatever the case may be. So I was running some loads for a paper company that supply school supplies, right? So they got to get them out. What diesel prices are not, they not going. Usually I could see the prices for diesel at like 3 something. Down in Georgia it was like 370, 390 or whatever. But then when I went to go fuel the other day, it was like 404. So I haven't seen a big difference as it going down. I think they went up. I don't see them. I didn't, unless it was something recently that I hadn't paid attention to. But I usually pull up the fuel chart for the states, and chart my fuel, or where I'm going to fuel up at on my routes, and I didn't see it going down. I saw it going like up. But I lost my fuel card, so I ordered some more fuel cards. I got backup cards. I got like Axle and all that kind of stuff, but but they don't give me the discount as my EFS card, right? So I have to go in there manually, and I go to the TA or the petrol, and I had to go in there manually to get fuel yesterday, right? So I walked in there and I said, hello. I said, I lost my fuel card. I said, but I have my number and I got my driver ID, my PIN number or whatever. She said that they was gonna have to call, and the lady kind of like got an attitude with me, and I'm like, what's like? Why are you upset that I lost my fuel card? Like, she started mumbling under her breath and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, what is wrong with people? Like, you in a customer service job and you supposed to help the customer. I'm the customer. I lost my fuel card. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lose it, but I did. Okay. Can you help me out to get me some fuel so I can go on about my day and I can get out of your hair? And she was like, oh, I hope they don't have no long wait time. And I was like, ma'am, you're not doing this for free. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, they are paying you, right? You know, they pay you to do this. They pay you to help the drivers out and ring up the food and all that. Like, you come to work, right? You don't come to work because, and it's like four of y'all standing here and it's like only three people in the store. Like, are you upset because you got to get on the phone and get an authorized for me to get a payment? That's what you mad about? You mad about that? And so she just rolled the eyes and did. This is the case. She said, well, I need a picture of the card. You know, ma'am, who takes a picture of their card? Like, I don't have a picture. I have my number. The people told me that if I had my number, that you could do it manually so I can get fuel. When I get back to the house, I'll get my fuel card and we'll all live happily ever after. Okay. But right now, I'm in a crisis. I apologize. I tried to keep up with my card, but I lost it. Okay. And she was like, she needed a copy. And I was like, you really trying to make this hard on me, right? So, because I don't know nobody that takes a picture of their fuel card. But maybe that's a thing. I don't know. And I said, I don't. She told me if I had the number. She asked, then she says, well, what's the expiration date? Bitch, the expiration date. What's the expiration date on your credit card right now? Can you tell me on all your cards? She said, what's the expiration? Well, I got to have the expiration date. If I don't have the expiration date, then I can't do it. I was like, you just really trying to make this difficult, okay? How about give them a call? Let me see something. Give them a call. Pick a date. I don't care. Pick a date, okay? Pick the date. Pick 12, whatever, 2050. I don't care. Just, can I get some fuel, please? Or we gonna argue about you not wanting to do this. So she gets on the phone and they tell her, oh yeah, that car is in lost status. You can go ahead and authorize. As long as she has her driver ID, then you're fine. So she got on speaker and the lady is telling her, yeah, go ahead and authorize for the car, for the fuel, right? She hangs up with her. She said, ma'am, she doesn't have an expiration date. She said, ma'am, we don't put expiration dates on the card. So you could just put any date that you want to, right? So the woman says, like, she got an attitude because there was no expiration date. Like, like, we don't even have to do this. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that difficult. Like, I just want to get my fuel so I can go on about my day and you can go on about your day. Whatever is bothering you, okay, let it be it. So I'm standing up there and, I'm just like, this is ridiculous. I'm going to call her out on this BS that she's doing right now. So she gives my card to the next lady and tells her to do it. I don't know. She said, here, I'll take it, because she act like she ain't know what to do. And so I looks at her and I'm like, should I say something or should I not? I said, you know what? I'm going to say something. I said, listen. I said, why do you have an attitude? Can you tell me why you have an attitude because I lost my fuel card? Is this upsetting you that much that you do not want to help me with my fuel card? And the lady that has my fuel card that I wasn't talking to said, "Oh, she doesn't have an attitude. She doesn't have an attitude." I said, "Clearly she does." I said, "Because I feel like she got an attitude, right?" And she said, "Oh no, ma'am, she doesn't have an attitude. She doesn't have an attitude." So she said, your pump is authorized and you can go." And I just walked out and I was like, "Yeah, let it go, Tamara. Let it go. It's just, it's not worth it. It really isn't. I guess the stress is really taking effect on everybody, right? The stress of, I don't know, everyday life or whatever it is going on, it's really taking effect on everybody. And hey, Shape, and I don't know, it's just crazy. It's crazy. But I was able to fuel up. I think I'm gonna fuel up at this TA because I still got a half a tank of fuel. But I think I'm gonna fuel up a little bit at this TA to get me home because it ain't but like 400 miles. And I just planned on doing a turnaround. I was like, I'm gonna run up there real quick, drop this trailer, pick up an empty, go to my next load. My next load is like 4 miles down the road. Go pick up my next. Hey Corey, what's going on with you? I'm just sitting up here chit chat. I'm here at the TA. I got my old girl out the shop, and I got on the road and to see what she do. You know, she still got it and running strong and everything. And I was like, oh my God, I miss my truck. So just getting some work done. Just getting some work done. Headed back down to the house. Gonna pick up our Sean. He's gonna bring a load from Florida to Georgia. We're gonna get back on the truck and then run again. But I just came out for 2 days. I was like, I could go home and sit home for 2 days, or and wait till he come off his hometown, or I can go up there and turn and burn, turn and churn, or whatever. But the little money I done made, these attitudes are becoming the norm. I'm not. I know it's like I don't want to engage. I don't like engaging with people because I know we all going through stuff and we all have our ups and downs. And like, the situation I had yesterday with the roadside service, I was kind of upset, so it could have went either way, you know. And I just find that it's easier to not engage with people and, don't take stuff personally and just get what I need to get and go on about my business, and it will make life it will make life a whole lot better. Okay. And not get into my feelings, because if I get in my feelings, then I'm start degrading people and making them feel this, that, and saying things that's unnecessary, and it's no need for that. Just give them fuel and let's go and be done. Don't try to be extra. you know and not take out my frustrations or what I got going on anybody else. So sometimes it's hard, because people can catch us at the right time, and sometimes it's hard. But I just try to keep that in mind and have patience, because like yesterday with all that going on, and then having to wait on a part today, it's like just stay calm. I went back there about in the back about 8 o'clock. Luckily, I brought a blanket and stuff. I was like, hey, you know how you just gonna go do something real quick and come right back? I was like, I don't need to be fixing up the truck and all that kind of stuff. Just get me a blanket and all that, and I'll be fine. So I had my pillows and my blanket. The AC works, so I'm cool. I ain't got to worry about nothing. Just go back there, go to sleep, wake up, and deal with it tomorrow. And he called me like about, I guess here's my part. Is this my part? This the man from the freight shaker bringing my part? Come on, what time is it? They woke me up at 7:30 in the morning. Freightliner don't even open at 8:30. They was like, go on and get in Bay 1 so we can collect this money. Okay? Go on and get in Bay 1. I killed them with kindness. I carried my cable. People cupcakes and Gatorade. I ain't had no, I didn't have no kindness to give. Like I was just like, come on now, no, let's not do this. Let's not. You feeling some sort of way, I'm feeling some sort of way. Let's not engage and make this anything bigger than what it needs to be. Okay, can I just get the fuel and go on about my business? I got some things going on myself. Okay, that I'm dealing with. I so don't make this harder on me, so I don't have to make it harder on you. You know, could we all, what do you say? Can we all just get along and go on about our business? That's it. That's all I want to do. I just want to do my job, collect my check, and go home. But you have to sit back, and before you know it, you can lose it. And sometimes, you can be the nicest person out here, but somebody push your buttons and it could get heated real quick. Oh my God. Y'all, I was at the Petro in Glendale up there by on for 81, that big old Petro that got the Popeyes, and it's called, what is, White Oak or something. Child, I was riding last week, and I rode up there, and I was looking for a parking because it was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, when I get tired, I'm gonna pull over because I'm doing the night shift. And I said, well, let me pull over for a little bit. I came in the thing, child, it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and there was two trucks side by side. One was in the back, one was in the front, and this truck was trying to back up into a spot, right? And the other truck was impatient and did not want the truck to back up in the spot. So the other truck tried to go around. And I was like, oh my God, that truck is not going to be able to get around the truck. So all of a sudden, you see the truck coming out this way to try to go around, and the trailers got real close, and they said boom, like that. They was like, both trucks were shaking. They done ran into each other. Well, the other one was backing up, so the other one ran into. Child, I saw that man get out that truck. He jumped out that truck and ran over to the other truck, and I guess the man had left the door open because he done opened the man's truck, and he got up in the truck with the man. And I was like, is they fighting? I said, is they fighting? But I was like, seeing this happen at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, oh my God. But I was so tired, I said, I just mind my business. I kept going. I ain't even, I ain't even stay for the show. Okay, all I know is that the guy that hit the man truck, he jumped out the truck. This man parks his, like, hit the brakes, put it in. He ran around to the other side, and all I saw him going like this, pulling at the door. Right, this man opened this man's door and jumped up in the truck, and I was like, for real, that adrenaline, honey, that adrenaline and that them emotions got the best of him, and he jumped in that man's truck, and I don't know what they was doing in the truck, but then he jumped out, then the other man jumped out, and he went running around, and I looked, and I kept on going. I just went on whatever. It is what it is, child. I don't know. It is what it is. But other than that, guys, I really want to show y'all. Oh, let me tell you this too. Lord, let me tell y'all this. How about listen, how about y'all know I've been doing my YouTube channel for like 9 years, right? So I've never had a problem with my channel, with like copyright strikes or anything like that. Never, 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 right? Now I do play music, like whatever music that I play, I don't monetize it. So long as I don't monetize it, right? Long as I don't monetize it, then it's fine, okay? The only time that you can get the copyright strike is if it's monetized, okay? So I get an email. Saying that I have a copyright strike. Oh, thank you. I get an email saying that I have a copyright strike. And I'm like, a copyright strike? Like, I usually go live. What I got a copyright strike for? And it was for a channel that I didn't even realize. Like, I'd never been to the channel or know about the channel or whatever. And I'm sitting up here thinking to myself, what in the world could I have a copyright strike about? But you could share you could share content, but you can't act like that content is yours, right? So I'm thinking, do you know how far I got to go back to think about 9 years? Like, what was it? So they send you the video of what it was that they struck, and who struck it, and why it was struck, because it was their content, right? So I'm thinking, whatever it is, it wasn't intentional. Like, what could have been? So it was a backing or parallel parking video that I had uploaded 5 years ago on my channel, right? And 5 years ago on my channel. And I'm like, okay, let me see what it is. Because usually if I'm doing a backing video or whatever the case may be, I'm usually the one that's backing the truck, or whatever. What is it that I could have done? And um somehow I got to see it, or because when it strike, it won't let you see what it was. All it lets you see is the title. Okay. So the first thing, I'm like, okay, let me contact these people to apologize or whatever it is that I got to do, because it was not intentional. Like, if I made any money off of it, let me send it to you, because it can't be nothing but like maybe $5 or whatever the case may be, because I know how people take their content seriously, And I'm like, okay. So I just emailed and I was like, hey, I got a copyright strike. I said, could you please tell me what it was? I'm not familiar with your channel. I do know that if it's anything that has to do on like parking or something like that, I'm a trainer. So, somebody, I may have been trying to, show my student, or, how to do something or whatever the case may be. But at that time, like 9 years ago, I don't think none of stuff like that. So I just asked, I said, well, I could have just removed it if you would have just emailed me and let me know what it was. Like, I'm not so hyped or I gotta keep other people's stuff. Usually if I see something that's good, or I see something that may help somebody, I would share it, or go check that person out, or whatever the case may be. But it's not an intent that I'm trying to like take your stuff or whatever the case. So I asked, would you please, consider removing that strike, and I will never, post anything of your whatever. I should have shared it. But I don't even know where I got it from. I don't know where I got it from. And it wasn't there. Like, I didn't get it from them. I don't know where I got it from. So I didn't think it was somebody's thing. I just thought it was like general stuff that you could use, right? And so they responded and they said that they will remove it. So they did take it off. And I took it down and whatever the case may be. But I was like, oh my God, it can come back on you like even 5, 6, 7 years later. But I was like totally in shock, because I didn't know what it was, and I hadn't been like on my channel for what, a long time. I doing videos and stuff like that. I usually do live stuff, or if I do something, it's pertaining to me. It's not, or what I'm doing, not anybody else. And if I ever share or post something of somebody, it's because either it's going to be training, or whatever the case may be. But other than that, yeah, I was like, ooh, Lord, won't do that again. But oh, it's almost 2 hours, y'all. I got to go. I will. Hopefully, they'll be finished with my truck soon. Hopefully. What time is it? It's Lord, it's 10 o'clock. They called me at 7:30, talking about coming into Bay 8:30, 9:30. 2.5 hours. The part place don't open till like 8:30. So hopefully my part is here and I can get my truck fixed. But if not, I'm gonna go into the driver's lounge and sit and wait until I get that fixed and get back on the road. Okay. So I will talk to you guys later. Peace, love, joy, and happiness. I will let you know if I get my money back. Okay. I will let you know if what how the situation turns out, because there's some other things that I need to do as far as this company is concerned, to make sure that this doesn't happen to other people. But yeah, it may be something that I mean, we may need to suggest a cracking down drug task force, FMCSA drug task force, and we get a committee together of people and just start cracking down really hard, really hard. All right, CC, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace, love, joy, and happiness. And you all have a wonderful and blessed day. Stay safe out there, and I'll be back with y'all soon. Bye.